And that's wrong. I think this is a conversation that we have to have. What are our values and what do they look like? I don't want to hear the call to prayer 5 times a day in an American city. I think
if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. The first religion did online. A few days ago, you wrote, quote, "Every single Muslim holding public office in America is a Trojan horse and a threat to both national security and our republic." And then today you essentially added, "If not wanting to be blown up, stabbed, or rammed by a car by a radical Islamist in the United States of America makes us Islamophobes, then so be it." Are you saying that anyone who is Muslim is a threat to this country?
Black guy doing the interview? Oh boy. I can already make some presumptions about this interview. First off, it's going to be one-sided. She's going to have to debate this guy. And this fruitcake's name is Omar Jimenez. I guarantee you this is going to be worth watching. She's going to be sitting here trying to tell her side of the story for questions that he's asking. And he's going to ask these questions already understanding how this is going to go. But he's going to be debating her. This isn't an interview. This is a debate. Let's be clear. And the other thing is, he's this black guy. I bet he's not even black. I bet he's Middle Eastern himself. I bet he says he's Catholic or Baptist or something, but he's really not. He's a Muslim. Remember, taqiyya.
Are you saying that anyone who is Muslim is a threat to this country?
That's not what I said. And that's not what I said. Number one, I think we do have a real issue with radical
it sounds
Islamic
like that's what you're saying.
No, I was talking about elected officials. When you look at what has just happened.
So any Muslim elected officials, sorry to cut you off, but just to be clear, any elected Muslim officials.
So we can already see how it's going with Omar Jimenez, the way he's pushing back, the way he's arguing, the way he's debating. I mean, we're only, 2 minutes into this whole thing, and this is the way this guy's acting. It gets much better. I mean, it's almost just disgusting how much better it gets. But it's worse for Nancy Mace. It's good for him, I guess.
Mamdani campaigned with an unindicted co-conspirator of the 1993 World Trade Center bombings. You have Abdul al-Sayed, who was campaigning with Hassan Piker, who said America deserved 9/11. Yes, we should be very concerned.
He said he regretted those comments, but I take your point.
But that believe in this radical Islam ideology where women are covered head to toe. It's very oppressive, where we've seen grooming gangs over in Europe.
But Congresswoman, there's no indication that Mayor Mamdani has brought any of those ideals to New York City governance, or that just being Muslim allows you, brings those in.
If you're playing footsie with an imam here in America who's an unindicted co-conspirator of the 1993 World Trade Center bombings, yeah, we have a real problem with that kind of ideology.
But Congresswoman, when you make a blanket statement like that, it implies that every Muslim member of Congress or leadership, folks who, by the way, are elected by American citizens.
Oh my God, shut up, Omar Jimenez, and let her talk. I told you how this was going to go. I told you this was going to be an interesting interview, to say the least. But he's interrupting every 15 seconds. If you just go back over the last minute and how his interview is gone, he keeps interrupting every 15 seconds rather, and then he starts talking. 15 seconds or less, and then he starts talking. This guy is awful. I can't believe CNN has him on. Oh, wait a minute. DEI. DEI.
I am deeply concerned about Michigan Democrats nominating a guy hanging out with Hassan Piker, who said America deserved 9/11, who has a framed photo of the Twin Towers.
Which he's responded to and says he regrets those comments. But yes, keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, this is who he's hanging out with, this kind of person who's promoting, communist ideology. This is not something, America's not built on those values. And in the future, when our granddaughters are wearing burqas to school, we're going to look back and say,
there's no indication that is happening on a wide basis. Folks that are getting into office.
Did you see the parade in Chicago today? Have you seen Dearborn? In Dearborn,
Michigan. An expression of culture, Congresswoman, is different than a blanket city policy.
An expression of culture. Listen to how these guys whitewash this shit. Well, I'll tell you, she's right when she talks about Dearborn, Michigan, and she is right when she talks about these little girls that are peeping through a little hole and the rest of their bodies covered up because of the burqa. This is not a healthy situation, and I hope that we get this eradicated.
The guy complaining about the call to prayer 5 times a day, they're trying to push these people out and our values out, and that's wrong. I think this is a conversation that we have to have. What are our values and what do they look like? I don't want to hear the call to prayer 5 times a day in an American city. I think
if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. The First Amendment, protects from freedom of religion. If you don't want to hear it, fine. You know, I grew up in a Christian household. I grew up in the South. Islam is not my religion, but I have Muslim friends who, if that is how they worship, even if I don't want to hear it, that is their right to hear.
In the privacy of their own mosque or their own home, not on the streets of America. I think that we're speaking a very different vibe.
If it's an expression,
we shouldn't be having that kind of thing going on. And if you look at the parades that are happening, I look at the women who are covered head to toe with little slits for their eyes. As a woman, that's scary.
But you're not
to me,
being. That's not being forced on you,
all
Congresswoman.
across the country.
But that's not being forced on you to do, Congresswoman. It's not happening at a congressional legal level.
A 6-year-old girl doesn't get a say on whether she should wear a hijab or not. I mean, this is very,
it's up to a family's decision on how they govern their kids.
American culture.
All right, Congresswoman.
I don't think you can, yeah.
I appreciate you taking the time and explaining your tweet as best you could there, but you know, the First Amendment is pretty clear.